race for promotion to the Premier League is hot to trot over in the Championship, with Southampton now occupying that second automatic promotion spot. But Leeds, Ipswich still in the mix. Who's going to take advantage in a double match week? We're going to take a little look at That's right. Once again, folks, with another prediction video. Today it is match day number 32, I believe, over in Championship. And we'll get to that in a minute. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. Of course, your one-stop shop for Championship football continues right here over at Blackburn Rovers Seas. Of course, we've got Rovers coverage, world football coverage, but of course, in-depth, non-stop coverage of the Championship right here, of course. It is a very, very tight race for that second automatic spot at the top of the table, but can anybody realistically stop Leicester? I don't think so. We'll get into all of that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. Again, if you're new, subscribe. Of course, a whopping 75% of you, of the viewers, are unsubscribed, guys. We've got to change that. Get those numbers mixed up a little bit. But anyway, let's get into it, of course. And a big shout out to the patrons. Did I say that? Big shout out to the VIPs, the patrons. But anyway, let's get into a recap of the results. Big week for Sheffield Wednesday. 2-0 winners over Birmingham down the foot of the table. Of course, they might just do the great escape here. I went with a draw myself. Meanwhile, Ipswich Town against West Brom. I went with a 2-0 home win on that one, but it was a 2-2 draw in the end on that one. Meanwhile, Sunderland are big winners over Plymouth. 3-1 win. I went with a 2-1 win. Myself, Rovers, big win for them over Stoke. I went with a 2-1, 3-1 indeed. Of course, some say new manager bounce. I'm not too sure about that just yet. Of course, Cardiff 1-0 winners was my pick over Preston, but Preston picked up a big win in Wales. 2-0 win for them. Borough also lost at home to Bristol City. 2-1 win. I went the other way. Southampton 5-3 winners over Huddersfield Town. I went with a 3-0 win. Leicester picked up 2-1 win over Watford. I went with a 3-1. Swansea monstrous away win for them over Hull. 1-0 win in the end on that one. Leeds 3-0 winners over Rotherham. Well, one spot on the nose. QPR 2, Norwich 2, and of course Coventry picking up a 2-1 win over Millwall. None the same, of course. Those are my picks, of course. What about the state of play in the table? Well, let's have a look at it. Here we go. Leicester are top, 75 points right now. Southampton occupy that second spot with a game in hand on Leeds, of course, so potentially could open up a bit of a gap there. Leeds are in third right now, 63 points on the board with Ipswich. Not too far away. Also got a game in hand on Leeds as well. West Brom probably out of it. I think they've got their own race right now for those other two playoffs between themselves and Coventry. Sunderland are in it, Hull City are in it, Norwich are in it, Preston are in it at the moment. I think that's probably about it. Watford, Middlesbrough, Bristol City and Cardiff, the next batch of teams, of course. Those are, of course, the state of play over there, but of course we are looking forward to these round of games, so let's get into that in just 1 second. Hold your horses, though. We got a Super Brew to bring you back up today. Of course, Super Brew continues, of course, over here on the channel, so let's take a look at how you guys got on with your own picks this past weekend of craziness. So here we go then. Let's get rid of me. Bish bash bosh. So Funny77, 15.5 points. Well done to you. Farker Life, 15 points as well. Taya B also up there in joint silver spot. Hans Worst, 14 there. Sexy Ogie also 14 points. Well done to you guys. Ultra Omir up there. Jake Harmon as well. Kevin doing business. JPCFC and Forgetful Fox. If you see your name in there, guess what? Smash your likey. Smash your subscribe as well. Philly Rovers down there. Not the best week for him, but hey, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But the overall leaderboard looks like this. It is Funny77, still tops the charts, 325.5 points. Well done, of course. James PCFC moving up to number 2 there, 321 points there. Steffel down to number 3. Vinny Hong movers, Daddy Cool also on the up. Who's the biggest mover? Any big movers, of course? Not really. No major shakers up at the table. Ultra Omega up 3 spots, of course. Probably one of the biggest movers as well. But okay, see your name, smash the old subscribe, of course. But enough jibber jabber, of course. It is a double match week, so a good chance for you guys to really make up for lost ground in that. So we're going to jump right into the deep end with the game of the day. It is, of course, Birmingham. It is Rovers. It is Eustace. It is Mowbray. But which way? Who are they managing? I've got no clue. It's a bit of a weird one. But of course, we'll have a watch along. I believe it will be Pete in the hot seat. Of course, I'll be at work, but anyway, enough about it. Over at St Andrews, it is Birmingham, it is Rovers. Played the 44 times since year 2000. 12 wins for Birmingham, 19 wins for Rovers, 13 draws as well. The biggest win for the Blues, of course, 4-0 wins, scoring 54 goals in 44 matches, 1.23 goals a game. Blackburn, though, 4-0 win, the biggest, scoring 72 goals in 44 matches, 1.64 goals a game. Oh, 58% form are Birmingham right now. Sorry, 58% form are Rovers right now, winning 3 of the last 6. Of course, 17 for the table, 36 points on the board. I guess the Birmingham side, 42% form for them right now, 3 defeats on the spin. They are 19th with 32 points on the board as well. Last time around, they're over at Birmingham was a 1-0 win for the Brummies. That's back in April 2023. They also played each other this season at Ewood. It was a 4-2 win for Blackburn. I think John Dale Thompson was the manager for Rovers. Wayne Rooney was the manager for Birmingham City on that one. But of course, everything has changed in the dugouts. Of course, 6-5 is your Birmingham, 21-10 is your Rovers, 13-5 is your draw. Of course, this game is laced with so much going on. Mowbray used to manage Rovers. Of course, Eustace used to manage Birmingham. Of course, up against each other in the dugouts, trying to outfox your old bosses. But anyway, going to go with a 1-1 draw on this one. Yep, I know it's a winnable game for either side here, but I just think there's so much going on in this game, so much twists and turns and things in the background that will not go in favour of either side. So I'm going to play it safe for the draw on this one. Meanwhile, Leicester City against Sheffield Wednesday, top versus bottom, or pretty much top versus bottom. Top versus from second bottom. Played each other 26 times since 1994. We've got 8 wins for Leicester, 13 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, 5 draws, of course, the biggest win for Leicester, 3-0 win. Scoring 25 goals in 26 matches, 0.96 goals a game. Wednesday, though, 4-0 win, the biggest, scoring 31 goals in 26 matches, 1.19 goals a game, of course. Wednesday, 33% form for them right now, just 1 win in 6. They are 23rd in the table right now, 26 points on the board against the Leicester side. 4 wins on the bounce, 75% form for them over the last 6. They are top with 75 points right now. Last round, they're over in the King Powers, the 2-1 win for Leicester back in April 2014. That was in the Championship, guys. But the odds for this one, we have Leicester 10-3 on for the victory, 92 is the draw, 70-2 is your Wednesday here. Of course, it's going to be a win for Leicester. They are champions-elect, 3-0 win for them over at their own ground. Meanwhile, Norwich City against Watford coming at you over at Carrow Road. Played each other 34 times since 1995. We've got 11 wins for Norwich, 19 wins for Watford, 4 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Norwich, 4-0 wins, scoring 53 goals in 34 matches, 1.56 goals a game. Watford, though, 4-1 win, the biggest, scoring 54 goals in 34 matches, 1.59 goals a game. Watford, though, without a win in the last 6, 25% form for them right now, 11th in the table, 41 points on the board. Against the Canary side, 58% form for them right now, just 2 defeats the last 6. They are 9th with 45 points on the board, of course. Last time around, though, in Norwich, it was a 1-0 win for Watford back in January 2023. In fact, Watford have actually won 3 in the bounce against Norwich heading into this one. The odds for this one, though, we have Norwich 23-20 for the victory, 23-10 is your Watford, 5-2 is the draw. Going to go with a 2-1 win for the Canaries. Watford are in a bit of a slump right now. Meanwhile, Rotherham up against Hull, of course, a bit of a Yorkshire affair, this one. Played each other 9 times since 2012. When I say Yorkshire, I mean North East. Played each other just 9 times, 1 win for Rotherham, 6 wins for Hull, 2 draws, of course, the biggest win for the Millers. 2-0 win, scoring 19 goals in 9 matches, 2.11 goals a game. Hull, though, 5-1 win, the biggest, scoring 29 goals in 9 matches, 3.22 goals a game. Hull on 42% form for them right now, just 2 wins in the last 6. They are 8th, 45 points on the board against the Rotherham side, 17% form for them right now, winless in 7 matches, 24th in the table, 19 points on the board. Last time around, though, over in Rotherham, it was a 4-2 win for Hull back in October 2022, and Hull are unbeaten against Rotherham over the last 6, 4 wins and a couple of draws as well. The odds here, 7-2 is your Rotherham, 65 on is your Hull, 5-2 is the draw. I'm going to go with a nil draw on this one. Hull, a bit of a bumpy road right now. Rotherham are tricky to beat at home, but of course, they haven't won, though, in a while, but I think they'll make it difficult for Hull on the same. Meanwhile, Swansea against Leeds over in Wales. Now, these two sides have played each other 9 times, 2007, 3 wins for Swansea, 5 for Leeds, 1 draw, of course, the biggest win for the Swans, 3-0 win, scoring 12 goals in those 9 matches, 1.33 goals games. Leeds, of course, 3-1 win, the biggest, scoring 14 goals in 9 matches, 1.56 goals a game. They're unbeaten in the last 9 games, of course, winning 5 of the last 6, 92% form for them right now. They are 3rd, 63 points on the board against the Swansea side, 25% form for them right now, just 1 win in 6. They are 16th with 36 points on the board as well. Last time around, over in Wales, it was a 1-0 win for Leeds back in July 2020. That was in the Championship, of course, but the odds for this one, we have Swansea 17-4 for the victory, 10-3 the draw, 7-4 on is your Leeds. They're going to win this one, aren't they? Leeds on the road, 2-0 win to keep up the heat with Southampton for the race for that second spot. And speaking of the Saints, they take on Bristol City, of course, over at Thrashton Gate. Played each other 11 times, 2003, 5 for Bristol City, 4 for Southampton. 2 draws, of course, the biggest win for Bristol City, 2-0 win, scoring 10 goals in 11 games, 0.91 goals a game. Southampton, though, 3-0 in the biggest win, 11 goals in those 11 matches, 1 goal a game on average. On 92% form are Southampton, 5 wins in the last 6, second at the table, 64 points on the board against the Bristol City side. Just 1 win in 6, 42% form for them right now. They are 13th, 41 points on the board as well. Last time around, they're over at Thrashton Gate in competitive action. Was a 2-0 win for Bristol City back in November 2011. Goodness gracious me. They did play each other at St Mary's back in November this campaign. It was a 1-0 win for the Saints as well. But the odds for this one, we have Bristol City 7-2 for the victory, 11-8 on is your Southampton, 11-4 is the draw. Going to go with a 3-0 win for the Saints. They keep on marching on, of course, will remain in that second spot. And then wrapping up the Tuesday games, it's West Brom, it's Cardiff, it's at the Hawthorns. They played each other 19 times, 2003, 6 wins for West Brom, 4 for Cardiff, 9 draws. Of course, the biggest win for West Brom, 4-0 win, scored 30 goals in 19 matches, 1.58 goals a game. Cardiff, though, 2-0 win, the biggest, scoring 25 goals in 19 matches, 1.32 goals a game. On 2 wins of the last 6 are Cardiff, 33% form for them right now, 14 for the table, 40 points on the board. Against the West Brom side, 5th in the table, 49 points on the board, 58% form for them right now. Just 1 win though in the last 4 matches heading into this one. Last time around, over at the Hawthorns, it was a 0-0 draw back in August 2022. They also played each other this campaign in Wales. It was a 1 win for West Brom, who are unbeaten against Cardiff over the last 5. 2 wins and 3 draws to boot. 5-3 on is your West Brom, 3-1 the draw, 92 is your away win. That's Cardiff. Going to go with a 2-1 win for the Baggies on this one. Into Wednesday we go. It's Halloween. It's not Halloween. It's bloody Valentine's Day. It's Huddersfield. It's Sunderland, of course, at the John Smith Kirklees McAlpine Stadium. That's right. Played each other 10 times in 1995. 2 wins for Huddersfield, 5 for Sunderland. 3 draws, of course, the biggest win for the Terriers. 4-2 win. Scoring 14 goals in 10 matches. 1.40 goals a game. The Mackhams, 2-0 win, the biggest for them. 19 goals scored in 10 matches. 1.90 goals a game. Sunderland, 3 matches unbeaten right now. 42% form for them. They are 7th, of course, 47 points on the board against the Huddersfield Town side. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. 42% form for them as well. 21st in the table, 31 points on the board as well. Last time around, over at Huddersfield, it was a 2-0 win for Sunderland, of course, back in November 2022. They also played each other this campaign back in November at the Stadium. It was a 2-1 win for Huddersfield. But the odds for this one, we do have Huddersfield 13-5 for the victory, 23-10. The draw 11-5. Oh, sorry, 11-10 is just Sunderland here. Tight one to call here. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, point to the bag apiece. I think that's a good result for both sides. I think they'll both be content with that. Meanwhile, Plymouth up against Coventry City over in Plymouth. Of course, long midweek travel for Coventry. Played each other 16 times, 2004, 7 wins apiece, and 2 draws, of course. Plymouth, the Green Army, 4-0 win, the biggest, scoring 20 goals in 16 matches, 1.25 goals a game. Against Coventry, 2-0 win, the biggest, scoring 19 goals in 16 matches, 1.19 goals a game. They're on 67% form right now. Coventry just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are 6th in those playoffs. 47 points on the board, of course, right now. Plymouth, of course, 15th for the table, 36 points on the board, of course. 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6, but most recently just 1 win in 4 back-to-back defeats. And of course, the previous time they played each other at Plymouth at home was back in January 2019. It was a 2-1 win for Plymouth back in League One. The odds for this one, though, we have 13-5, which is Plymouth, 14-5. The draw 2019 on is a commentary here. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for the Green Army to boost their hopes in the middle bottom end of the table. Kicking on forward is the North End. It's Borough. It's over at Deepdale. Of course, these two sides have played each other 23 times. Done 6, 5 for Preston, 12 for Middlesbrough. 6 draws, of course, the biggest win for Preston. 4-1 win, scoring 28 goals in 23 matches, 1.22 goals a game. Borough, though, 4-0 win, the biggest, scoring 44 goals in 23 matches, 1.91 goals a game. Middlesbrough, of course, 50% form for them right now, winless in 4, 12th in the table, 41 points on the board against the Preston North End side. Just 1 defeat in the last 5, of course, 58% form for them heading into this one. They are 10th with 45 points on the board at the moment, of course, and the previous match they played each other at Deepdale was a 2-1 win for Preston back in October 2022. The odds for this one, though, Preston are 23-10 for the victory, 12-5 the draw, 6-5 is your Borough, of course, not being good at the moment. We're going to go with another draw, 1-1 in the bag, point apiece, and of course, moving the chains slightly. And then into the final 2, we have Stoke against QPR, a bit of a relegation crunch clash here over at the Bet365. Played each other 29 times in 1996. We got 9 wins for Stoke, 11 wins for QPR, 9 draws, of course, the biggest win for Stoke, 2-0 win, scoring 32 goals in 29 matches, 1.10 goals a game. QPR, though, 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 35 goals in 29 matches, 1.21 goals a game. On 50% form are QPR right now, unbeaten in the last 4, 22nd in the table with 29 points on the board. Against the Stoke side, 20th in the table, 32 points on the board, 4 defeats in the spin for them, 17% form for them over the last 6. Last time around, though, over at Stoke, it was a 1-0 win for QPR back in April 2023. In fact, QPR are unbeaten against Stoke over the last 3, a couple of wins and a draw to boot. The odds here, 21-20 is your Stoke, 5-2 is your QPR, 5-2 is, of course, the draw here. I'm also going with a shock. 1-0 win for QPR, big win for them. Stoke are a little bit lost in the headlights at the moment. They need a result and fast. This could be a result if they can get it. If they can get this result, then of course I think this season could get back on track. But Schumacher starving for a win. Meanwhile, Millwall against Ipswich will wrap this baby up on a Wednesday, Valentine's Day, of course, over at the Den. Played each other 27 times in 1985. 9 wins for Millwall, 11 wins for Ipswich. 7 draws, of course. The biggest win for the hosts, of course. 3-0 wins, scoring 37 goals in 27 matches, 1.37 goals a game. Ipswich, though, 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 42 goals in 27 matches, 1.56 goals a game. game. Of course, the Tractor Boys winless in 4 right now, 50% form for them over the last 6. They are 4th, 60 points on the board against the Millwall side, 8% form for them right now, 18th for the table, 33 points on the board, of course, 5 defeats of the last 6. Last time around, though, over at the Den in competitive action, it was a 3-0 win for Millwall back in October 2018, of course. But the odds for this one, Millwall 5-2 for the victory, 5-2 the draw, 21-20 is, of course, your Ipswich Town, of course. I am going with a 2-0 win for the Tractor Boys, back on track. Maybe a push for that top 2 continues. And, of course, if I am right, this is what the table will look like, of course. It will look like this. Leicester City top the charts, Southampton in second, or remain in second. Leeds are up there as well. And then Ipswich, West Brom, and then Sunderland to keep the playoff spots with Norwich and Coventry closing in on them. Stoke going down, Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham. Wow down the foot. But that's, of course, the first of a double match week. Make sure you get your picks in for this one. Of course, make sure you get ready for the next round of games, which will drop maybe Wednesday or Thursday. But until then, I'll see you soon for the next one. Be safe out there, and, of course, keep on predicting.